Hi, I'm Pattu from Brief and Cal. Today, let's talk about Nifty Next 50 and whether it makes any sense to keep investing in it because it has not bet the Nifty 50 for the last 5 years. Now, some of you, after reading this headline, have said that it's wrong to compare the Nifty Next 50 with the Nifty, and index investors should not have that kind of attitude and so on. But tell me honestly, how many of you will continue investing in the Nifty Next 50 if it does not, if it has not bet the Nifty in the past? If for let's say 10 years, if not 5 years in the past, if the Nifty Next 50 had failed to beat the Nifty regularly, how many of you will invest? The only reason for choosing Nifty Next 50 is to give you another segment of the market with lower market capitalization and with the potential of outperformance with respect to the Nifty. That's the only reason to invest in the Nifty Next 50. The same reason is why would you choose mid-cap funds? If mid-cap funds don't have any chance of beating large-cap funds, why would anybody choose mid-cap funds or small-cap funds, right? So obviously it makes sense to as an investor to compare. As an analyst, you would say, okay, there's no overlap between the Nifty and the Nifty Next 50, you should not compare and so on. That's fine. But think about it as an investor. As an investor, the only reason you want to invest in Nifty Next 50 is because it has the potential to beat Nifty. But the problem is that you are paying more. You are paying at least 3 times more in terms of expense ratio for investing in the Nifty Next 50. And you are taking on more risk. And are you getting that reward for that risk is a question that every investor should ask. So this question is very legitimate and should be asked by every Nifty Next 50 investor. There can be, in my opinion, there can be no argument about that. Now the problem is that is something that I've talked about several times before. From late 2017 or explicitly from February 2018, on budget day February 2018 onwards, the Nifty started moving up, but the Nifty Next 50, the Nifty mid cap, small cap segments, all of them started moving down. And you can see that fall here, and amusingly, both the Nifty and the Nifty Next 50 crashed to the same extent in March 2020, and that happened because of the excess concentration in the Nifty 50, because just a few stocks were propelling the Nifty up during this period, and that all came crashing down. That did not happen in 2008. In 2008, the Nifty fell much lesser than the Nifty Next 50. So you can see from this graph, the last 5 years or so has not been so great for the Nifty Next 50. So that's essentially because of just a few stocks in the Nifty 100 universe propelling returns, and you can see that these are returns based on April 28th, and these are trailing returns, and you can see that the Nifty 50 equal weight has been underperforming the Nifty 50 for the last 3 to 12 years. Only in the last 2 years has it picked up, just because only after the crash. I had talked about this also. This market imbalance where a few stocks are driving returns, that has kind of evaporated at least temporarily during the market crash, but not, I don't think it has gone away permanently. But the Nifty 50 equal weight index has done well. The Nifty 100 equal weight indices have done well. You can see that they have bet the Nifty 100 on the last 2 years and so on. Whereas the Nifty Next 50 has not yet picked up. Whereas over the last 6 to 12 years in the trailing returns, it has done well. But the last 5 years, it has not done as well compared to the Nifty 50. 50%, it has recovered by that much, but still it is it's about 10% less than the Nifty 50. This is nothing new. If you look at the rolling returns over 5 years, the pink being the Nifty Next 50 and the brown being the Nifty 50, you can see only in this segment right here, where the pink line is well above the brown line, has Nifty Next 50 bet the Nifty 50. But before that and after that, it has not. It is more or less the returns have been similar. It is only over 10-year periods the pink line is comfortably above the brown line, and this is the only reason why anybody should invest in the Nifty next 50. You can't say I will not compare it to the Nifty 50 because I'm an index investor. It makes no sense at all. That's the only reason. You are taking more risk by investing in Nifty next 50. It should give you more reward if you are taking more risk, right? And that reward so far has borne out over 10 years. So it still makes sense for a Nifty next 50 investor to hold on and wait as long as their own goals are several years away. So I think this is not the time to exit Nifty next 50. You should continue to hold and go through these pain periods. You should be rewarded. But when you are rewarded, when you do see a big gain over the Nifty 50, do a quick rebalance. Either you can just do it to debt. I had talked about this before in my previous video. Just take the gains from Nifty next 50 and shift it to your debt. That's good enough. That's the only way you can safeguard those gains and safeguard the kind of risk that you have, the reward for the risk that you have gone through. So the question is a fair one, and the answer is yes. It's very it's nothing new. This is not the first time that it has happened. It has happened in the past as well. It's fairly common occurrence that the Nifty next 50 has not been able to beat the Nifty 50 over 5 years, but over 10 years the rewards have been better so far, and based on that information you can continue to hold on to Nifty next 50 provided your goals are suitable for that. Bye bye.